Our next video is the gas block and gas tube. They can be a little bit of a challenge. So this is your gas block. It's round, small, kind of awkward to hold on to. And this is your gas tube. Eventually you're going to want to put a roll pin through both of these at the same time. So holding them and getting that roll pin that's pretty tight punched through there without it moving all over the place, chasing it around your workbench, it's tough. So here's my technique. First of all, setting your gas tube into place. You see the two holes there, they line up right there. And the large hole on the bottom faces down. If you get that turned over, it'll make a single shot rifle. You can also notice the bend in the gas tube. That's designed to go up and over your barrel nut there. Okay, so I put a punch in place right into that hole with everything lined up. Put a really small skinny punch. Pull on that a couple times. Make sure it's on there good. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you accidentally get that in front of your gas tube and it's not through that hole in the gas tube, the punch still goes through. Everything seems to work until you try to close the bolt, but that will pull all the way out. So get that lined up, put our punch in. On the bottom of our barrel right here, there's usually a little dimple that lines up with your rear set screw on the bottom of your gas block. So I tighten up the rear one first, and I'm sighting down the barrel and the gas tube and just double checking and making sure that we're good and centered, and tighten that down. You don't want to tighten it up too much. Roughly about 30 pounds of pressure there. Okay, now I need to put in this roll pin, so I use my little needle nose pliers, my hammer, and I put my body against that to just give it some resistance, just because I'm so far away from the vise by now that I get a lot of movement. Tap that into place just like that. It's flush on both sides. If it's not perfectly flush, that's usually okay. But see how easy it was to get that in, just using that barrel and the gun itself as something to hold everything steady. I'm not wrestling that little tiny round thing around my table. Then I eyeballed back down the rifle barrel, make sure I'm centered with that gas tube, and if not, then I just tighten it up again. But that's your gas tube and gas block, and my technique on installation.